Next cast, another fish. Just had on a smallie. I don't know if I'm going to show the clip, but I'm doing some jigging in between catching these cats. I had on a smallie, and when I was trying to lip him, he pulled off the jig. He wasn't that big though. He was just a small guy with a tall back and some attitude, like a 16-incher probably. Here's a nice walleye. That's what I was looking for. Pitch black out. Pulled out a smallie. Funny. Happens, but not terribly often. A nice 17-inch walleye or so. And a motor oil. Maybe dark green with purple fleck colored 1/8 ounce jig. Curly tail. Couple more casts, another fish. You know, the water's really high tonight. It's probably 2 a.m. right now. So I'm just fishing little eddies, pockets, slack waters off to the side of the main current. The bait fish concentrate there, and usually the aggressive fish, you know, there's always aggressive fish and there's passive fish in different percentages in any body of water. Depends on the conditions and the season and all sorts of other things, but the aggressive fish tend to stack up there because the bait fish are there. Another walleye. Awesome. A little smaller guy. Last one was just about 18. It was close. 17 and change. This one's probably 15. Right around 15. And that same dark green, small profile, 3-inch curly tail jig. Kind of interesting how picky they're being. Started off jigging with a bright fluorescent green jig, and you know, more often than not dark colors are best around here, but so I switched over to that dark green purple fleck curly tail jig, and that was working great. And then I don't think this is a walleye. It looks like something else. Weird. I don't know what I got here, but it looks long too though. Interesting. But then no, I think it's a walleye. Looked like a trout for a second or something strange. Then I switched over to a motor oil curly tail jig because I lost that dark green one. And that didn't catch anything. I didn't get any hits on that, but then I switched back to the dark green one, and which is very similar to the motor oil one, and got a hit right away. So they want it just the right color green. These 3-inch curly tails tonight. That one's probably like 17 or so, or close. Another keeper. There we go. Swapped out for a brown and orange bucktail jig, just to work something I could work with a little bit more finesse, I guess, because I'm just twitching these jigs, and that plastic on the dark green with purple fleck one is pretty hard. I picked up a fish first cast here. Not really fighting like a walleye though, but it is a walleye. Fighting more like the cats. Huh. It's 4 out of 5 now. Pretty close to a limit. Picked up one last one. That's all I need. 5th walleye for a limit. Jigging a silver, brown, and I forget what the third color is. Bunny bucktail jig. I was trying a brown and yellow for a little while. Black, that's what the third color is. But I was trying a brown and yellow. Couldn't pick any up on that, so I switched to that color. There we go. Picked one right up at my feet here, right where it drops off the cement. That's funny. You know, a lot of times when I'll be jigging high water for walleye like this, just fishing the slack waters, you know, in slightly bigger slack waters like this, I'll jig it, and I'll jig it hard. But in the tiny little pockets, like the 10 by 4 foot pockets maybe, where you're pulling the jig through sideways, I'll be just twitching the jig through real soft and very slowly, just to get the jig in that pool for about 3 seconds longer. It'll be like 5 seconds versus 2 seconds. And it'll make a big difference when you twitch it. It's tonight's walleye limit. Just the first 5 keepers I picked up. It's just about sunrise now. I'm gonna keep fishing, but figured I'd show you them first. You know, and not slamming them, and took a while to pick these guys up. Took hours, but you know, I'm still happy with them because it's tough to find an aggressive walleye bite in summer. You know, the trick for me usually is to work special water conditions like high water or super muddy water or both, and find pockets of isolated aggressive fish like these guys were. You know, I'm just fishing the seams and the pockets right on the outskirts here. You can see out in the middle how much the water's raging because the water's so high. These fish stack up and they feed on the bait fish that are stacked up on the edges. You know, fine haul. I'm happy with this for sure for summer. I'm going to take these guys home, cut them up, share them with friends. There we go. Slowed down. Been working a lot of different jigs. I had one walleye follow me up right to my feet here on a jigging a blue blackback sassy shad jig. Getting all the better ones after I limited out. Shoot. Oh, that's alright. I'm still happy to catch them. Oh man. Got this guy on a 1/8 ounce 3-inch twister meanie jig. Dark green color. You know, another one 17, right around there. 17 and a half.